This is 7 News.
Tonight, experts say it was a great white that killed a Busselton diver. A Perth grandmother knocked down by her daughter-in-law. The latest Aussie holiday craze. And the Eagles' 7-goal hero.
That is magnificent. He is white hot.
From the studios of 7 Perth, Sally Bowrey.
Good evening. Shark experts have confirmed that it was a great white that killed Busselton businessman Peter Kerman yesterday. Blake Johnson is in Busselton. And Blake, are they still searching for the shark?
No, they're not, Sally. The search for the shark ended today without any further sightings after yesterday afternoon's sighting. The death of Peter Kerman is being really noticed here in Busselton. He was a well-respected businessman and a father of 2. Now, aside from the tragedy of his death, officials here fear that this, the third fatal shark attack in just over 18 months, could really hurt the Southwest's tourism business.
Shark experts have examined the injuries to Peter Kerman's body. They're now confident a great white mauled the father of 2 as he dived with his brother Gian. A 90-kilometre stretch of the Geograph Bay coastline remained closed today. A search for the shark was called off in the afternoon. Bad weather all day didn't help.
That shark could be some kilometres away. So basically, we've called the operation off. If we have any further shark sightings in the area over the next few days, then we'll reassess.
Peter Kerman's death has resonated throughout Busselton. His wife Deborah, a popular local councillor.
Our heart goes out to Deb and the family, and we're just devastated for her.
Many here know the family. Transport Minister and local member Troy Buswell is a family friend.
We watched him go from being probably a young man in his late teens exploring life to running a successful business, to falling in love and marrying his wife Deborah, to having his 2 boys, and he'll be sadly missed in our community.
Even though yesterday's attack happened about 1.5 kilometres out to sea, Tom Tuffin says when the Busselton Jetty's redevelopment is complete, the council may look at putting shark nets right here near the beach.
Another concern is the Southwest's reputation among tourists. 3 deadly shark attacks in just over 18 months. They've all made headlines around the world.
I think it'll make people think twice before they go into the water.
Another councillor suggested a shark culling program.
The reality is, though, that's not going to bring Peter back.
So the search for the shark here has ended, but another one may have begun in Bowrey, about 600 k's north of Perth. Locals there have reported a great white hanging around the inlet for about the past 6 days, showing interest when fishermen pull up their cray and crab pots. Today it even nudged a boat as the fishermen pulled up a cray pot. No reports of any injuries or damage to the boat. Sally?
Thanks, Blake. A Perth grandmother is in a critical condition in hospital after being run over. Police say the 4-wheel drive which hit her was being driven by her daughter-in-law. Kate Smithers reports.
A 54-year-old grandmother was pinned underneath this 4-wheel drive. Ambulance officers were forced to wait as fire crews lifted the car. Neighbours say her son held her hand and pleaded with her to hold on. Behind the wheel, the victim's daughter-in-law. Police say 2 women were fighting before one woman went to leave. Police believe she was reversing down this driveway when somehow the other woman got pinned underneath the car. It's understood it was an accident. It happened on James Street, Gosnells, just before 4 this morning. The woman was rushed to Royal Perth Hospital. She remains in a critical condition. The daughter-in-law and a baby were also taken to hospital but are okay.
It's crazy because our street's pretty quiet and things like this don't really happen.
Major crash investigators spent the morning trying to figure out how the accident happened. They've also questioned the daughter-in-law. No charges have been laid. Kate Smithers, 7 News.
5 people were arrested and several injured in another night of violent parties in Perth. For the 4th weekend in a row, police shut down parties and moved on dozens of people.
When 7 News spoke to the party host here in Mirrabooka at about midday, they told us it was too early to be disturbing them. They did say they would visit the neighbours and apologise.
Two children have been removed from their family home after police found a clandestine drug lab in the house. Their mother has been charged with making and possessing a prohibited drug. Under new laws brought in to protect children, she could be facing a jail sentence. Kate Smithers reports. Police are investigating how the accidental shooting of two boys on a hunting trip. They were on a property in central Victoria when a hunter fired at a rabbit and hit both boys in the chest. The man who opened fire was the father of one of the boys. Dean Felton reports. The father of a teenage lifesaver has thanked volunteers who spent hours searching for his son, who died during the national titles on the Gold Coast. Thousands of surf lifesavers gathered on the beach this morning for an emotional service honouring 14-year-old Matthew Barclay. Still to come on 7 News, the government teaming up with a supermarket to create thousands of jobs. Plus tracking down the missing lottery millionaires. And the latest Aussie holiday craze, it's called Going Rambo. Woolworths has teamed up with the federal government to help thousands of disadvantaged Australians find work. A deal signed today will give the supermarket giant access to existing government programs to fill 10,000 new jobs it's promised to create this year.
I hope this program grows careers, new opportunities and fresh starts.
The Fresh Start program will target the long-term unemployed, Indigenous, disabled and older Australians. Car bombs have exploded at a crowded market in southern Thailand. Many of the victims were gathering for lunch. 14 people died and up to 340 others were injured. The blast was set off minutes apart and close to each other. Officials blame Muslim insurgents for the attack. Burmese pro-democracy leader Aung San Suu Kyi has been mobbed by supporters as millions of voters went to the poll. The 66-year-old Nobel Peace Laureate and her Democratic Party are contesting 44 seats in the parliament. Suu Kyi says she doubts the vote will be free and fair, but still hopes to win a seat. The country's been under military rule for decades. America's Mega Millions lottery has turned into a mega mystery as officials try to track down the winners. 3 ticket holders from different states picked the correct numbers to share in the record $618 million jackpot.
Our advice to the player is to safeguard the ticket, sign the back of it.
Each winning ticket will be worth $206 million before the taxman takes a share. Australia is now recognised as having some of the toughest gun ownership laws in the world. So Aussie tourists keen to play Rambo for a day are heading to a new machine gun range in the US where even children are getting in on the action.
This is the M60, the gun made famous by Rambo. And let me tell you, it's got a kick.
Time for sport now with Adrian Barrich, and both the Eagles and the Dockers are off to a fly, Barra.
Yes, Sal, the WA team's had a great weekend as the Eagles mauled the Dogs. Another ripper from Nick Nat as West Coast storm home.
Natanui hits the game like lightning hits the night.
And a Cats hardman lands one on Hayden Ballantyne.
Stallone has just joined Hayden Ballantyne.
Looks like we have a few showers this week, but we're expecting sunny skies and warm temperatures for the Easter long weekend. We dropped down to 13 degrees at 4:30 this morning, 24 the top today, and right now it's 22 degrees in the city and the wind is west-northwest at 8 kilometres an hour. On the chart, we just have a cold front approaching the southwest. Now, that will push a few showers just in those onshore winds from Jurien Bay right through to Albany, expected to also extend southwest into Jurien Bay and northern into this evening. Tomorrow across WA, the cold front will move over the southern parts of the southwest land division, and it looks like it'll lie just around near Mandurah to Hopetown in the morning and then hitting Perth to Esperance early afternoon, with some isolated showers expected to spread throughout the day. Around the rest of the country tomorrow, showers are also expected in Brisbane and Sydney. Canberra should be mostly fine though, top of 24. On the water, west-norwesterly winds with seas expected to 2 metres on a rising swell tomorrow. Tomorrow's forecast for Perth is for a few showers, increasing in the afternoon, 24 the top. Showers on Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, they should start to clear in the afternoon, mostly sunny for the start of the Easter long weekend. Saturday, clear and 26, and Sunday, a top of 28 degrees. And that's 7 News. Sunday night is next. From now up, that's all from the team. We'll get it out eventually. Enjoy your evening. Good night.